At ease, brothers. I want to talk about something today, man. And I really just want you to let it soak. I really just want you to let it soak inside and to measure it up with how we're moving as men. You know, just measure it up with your daily activities, your goals and your plans, right? And what I want to talk about today is, like, faith doesn't work unless you're moving in it. I'm gonna say it again for the people in the back, because I really want this to soak in. Faith doesn't work unless we're moving in it, walking in it, standing on it, trusting it. And I know we toss that word a lot, man, you know, amongst people. And a lot of people, we think we're moving in it, but we're not. And you know, there's one thing I'll say this. I'm quick to say what the church is doing wrong or what the church is doing right. Like, I believe there are a lot of things that is associated with religion that is holding mankind back. I can see it. But when it comes to this, Pastor been telling you this since day one. Pastor said that your faith without works is dead. I'll go even further and say, you know what? If it has no work associated with it, it's not even faith. It's not even faith if no work is associated with it. It's belief. And the thing is, we have a world full of a lot of believers. You know, it's nothing for me to get up every day and read these books. It's nothing for a person to go to seminars every week. You know, it's nothing for people to watch YouTube and gather information and even know people that have gone through things and overcome things. But then we'll sit there and call it faith. It's not faith. If you aren't moving in it and standing on it, it's not faith. It's simply belief. And belief is good. Belief is good, but belief will get you nowhere. Like when a person is sitting back and they're saying, you know what, man, I've been doing all this stuff for all these years and I see everybody else moving. Why isn't my life doing a certain thing? It's because you have the knowledge, but you don't have the gonads. Faith takes gonads. Faith takes balls, brothers. Faith, as much as we toss that word around, faith is not for the weak. It's not for the weak, because what it is, faith is having belief, but simply not waiting on something, not waiting on miracles. Because a lot of people can sit there and chant and rock and pray and do all these things, and they're waiting on the clouds to open up and bestow blessings on them. And they say, man, it's been 5, 10, 15, 30,000 years and it's never happened. It's because you're a believer. It's because you're a believer, man. I'm telling you, you know, this stuff we're always talking about on how to make things happen. It takes faith. You know, faith is the substance of, you know, y'all read it. Faith is that substance. It's that thing you're standing on. It's how you get through the unseen. You know what I'm saying? So you got to ask yourself, like, okay, so I hear what you're saying. Why are people just believers? Why aren't they moving in faith? You know what I'm saying? It comes down pretty much every video I talk about, man. Everything I talk about, every solution, everything comes down to, I say, every man must know. Every person must know. He must know who he is. He must know where he's going. He must know what his truth is. Think about that. What would keep a man stagnant? What? Think about young brother Santiago in The Alchemist. It said brother Santiago was on the port, and he said he looked around and said, I can see Egypt. Like, I can see it. That's how most people live their lives, man. They'll set these goals and say, you know what? I want to go from 50,000 to 100,000. I want to go from working a job to being an entrepreneur. I want to go from being a single man or a single woman that's undesired to having a husband or wife. And they'll spend their whole life on the porch saying, I can see it. I can envision it. I see everybody else making that trip and they're over there in their Egypt. But I'm sitting here spending my whole life on the porch, praying and chanting and hoping and thinking and waiting on the clouds to open up. Where the people with faith are the ones that are moving in it. And when I say faith, man, what I'm saying is, I don't know if any of y'all have ever written a check that the ass couldn't cash. And I ain't talking about talking noise. I'm talking about literally putting money up for something that you don't even have yet. Committing to things that you aren't even in position yet. Signing leases that you don't even have the income for yet. I'm just talking about moving in. I'm talking about standing on the unseen. I can say it a million different ways. Until you're standing on the unseen, brothers, and you sitting there questioning like, why is my life not moving forward? It's because you're not standing on the unseen. You're just believing. And I'm telling you, source energy is not going to make it happen. You can't make it happen unless you're standing on that nothingness. I'm talking about this, brothers. I'm talking about putting yourself in situations where if you don't win, or where if that source energy doesn't come through, you're drowning. You're done. You're going all the way back to square one. Years and years of reading and working, putting up money and doing all this stuff. If that next step isn't there, you're done. That's faith, brothers. And when you wonder why your life is stagnant, that's why. And as I say this to you, I can say it to myself, brothers. When I can look at periods of life when I've been stagnant, like if I've overcome, there were points in my life when I overcame something, and then I kind of just flattened out for 2 or 3 years. It's because I was just resting on it. Like I quit traveling. I got off the journey. I was scared to take that next step. That step is always there, man. Like I'm saying, we study all this stuff. There's nothing we really don't know. We understand how we're supposed to move. We understand how this whole process works. But it's like, are you going to take that step? Are you going to take that step? Or are you going to be the ones that just talk about it? Just talking about it. Because I'm going to tell you, man, I'm at the point in my life, bro, where I don't even want to be around anybody that's just talking about it. Because I understand now that if anybody is walking in that energy and I'm blending energies with them, now that's a part of my reality. I'm going to tell you this. A lot of reasons why you can't move forward is because you're rolling with people that are scared to take that step. You can't even roll with people that don't want to move like that. You know what I'm saying? So what are you going to do, brothers? What are you going to do, sisters? Like, are you going to, open that trading account, or are you waiting on $50,000 to fall out the clouds before you do it? You know what I'm saying? Or are you going to, it's about calling plays. It's about calling plays before you can see the defense set up. It's about making moves before you can see what's really there, man. And I can say that a million different ways, but it's about just moving in the unseen. And I'm telling you, if you aren't moving in that unseen, if you aren't walking in that darkness, if you aren't traveling the paths of that journey, you're simply a believer. But don't call it faith.